Hey there, boys and girls. Welcome to another scintillating edition of fairly random, entertaining dialogue, or Fred, as we like to call it. Um, we are here with the members of the Tulsa World Scene staff, the lovely and talented Jimmie Tramel and the lovelier and talented Grace Wood, talking about things cultural high and low. And we're going to talk today. There's an anniversary coming up for the, how to best put this, the one of the best-selling American magazines of all time that almost nobody bought to read the articles. Jimmie, do you want to tell us what that magazine is?
I got a visual aid.
There we go.
And maybe some Rockford right there, maybe some more Rockford. And for the people who are only hearing the audio, it's TV Guide, of course. It was launched in 1953, April, which means TV Guide is 70 years old this month. And in Sunday's Tulsa World, I'll have a look back at 70 steps through TV Guide's 70-year history. But I know it's different now with surfing the web or surfing your television, but there was nothing better than getting your TV Guide either by subscription or at the grocery store checkout lane, seeing what was on TV that week and kind of just circling all the stuff you wanted to watch for the week.
Now, Grace, you haven't been around as long as Jimmie and myself. Do you even recall the printed TV Guide?
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I did Google what is TV Guide.
I love it.
It is still ongoing. Just in 2005, they went to the magazine size format instead of the digest size format, and it's no longer a weekly magazine, but it does still exist.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I right in thinking that it used to be they used to have a production office here in Tulsa maybe in the 80s at the old what was now the Sheraton Kensington at 71st and Lewis? I seem to remember because I knew some friends that they were tasked with writing program descriptions, and they could only fit it into like a certain amount of space, and so trying to sum up the Ten Commandments movie, in 15 words, kind of a thing. They got a kick out of that. Maybe I'm thinking of
There was something TV Guide related out there at 71st and Lewis, but I didn't want to get into that with my magazine story because then you climb down a different rabbit hole if you do.
Okay.
But obviously the best TV Guide every year was the fall preview issue because it had a synopsis, a sneak peek of every show, a new show that was coming out that year. And this particular one, 1974, shows that maybe the two greatest shows of all time premiered on the same night, being the Rockford Files and Kolchak the Night Stalker. Coincidentally, just debuted the same night in 1974, which is, I'm not a TV Guide collector, but I have this one because it means something to me.
Okay. Well, and I guess all the other ones you have are related either to Rockford Files or Kolchak, or
I've got like some random ones, Star Trek or Lois and Clark. Maybe I have 90210 as a guilty pleasure. I won't admit that, but maybe I did back in the day.
Well, is there is there a collectible market for old TV guides? I mean, is it a going thing amongst collectors?
I think there are some that have value, but most are pretty common, and there's not that much of a market for them. Also, if you subscribe, it has the nasty glued label on the front, which takes away from the cover art. So ideally, if you're going to collect them, you'd want ones that were bought off the newspaper rack or the grocery store rack that are still pristine and not with the big sticky label on the front. But Who do you think? I won't bore you guys with trivia from the Sunday story. Who do you think was on the very first TV guide, 1953? Grace, I was not watching TV in 1953, so you're not. We're both at the same disadvantage. Neither was James.
I'm about to say.
Who do you think was on the cover of the first TV guide in April of 1953?
I have an idea, but I'm not sure.
Oh man, I don't know. Someone from MASH? I have no idea.
A classic black and white comedy featuring a female.
I would say Lucille Ball.
It was Lucy and her baby boy, Desi Arnaz Jr., who had just been born like 2 months before that. And the headline was Lucy's $50 million baby, because that was supposed to be how much money the promotion of her new baby was going to bring into their household.
Wow.
Well, and that leads to why I made the comment about the articles, is because I remember TV ads for TV Guide in the 60s and the 70s that would focus on basically the entertainment journalism that they would do. And they would do some, I mean, it wasn't all celebrity profiles. I mean, they had that, but there was some issues, issue stories, internet and, or not internet, I'm sorry, censorship and, or is TV going too far and all this stuff. And I always remember the ads always closed with this very, professorial voice going, interesting reading in TV Guide. And I always thought, I wonder if anybody, if anybody bought it for the articles. I mean, other than the fall preview, which is not really, articles, but anybody's going like, I need to read more about, ad revenue and subliminal this or whatever, so.
Grace, if you want to know what's on, what's your go-to thing? Do you, nowadays with streaming, it may not even be important, but when you want to know what's on, do you go to like maybe a cable guide on your television, or do you go to surf the internet to see what's showing, or do you just channel surf and let's see what's going on?
Yeah, usually I feel like I find out about like new TV shows and movies from TikTok, because people will like post reviews or like, talk about, these are the 5 best new shows you've got to see. That's actually how I figured out about The Last of Us, the TV show that just came out on HBO. It's from TikTok, and I had never heard about it. And I mean, everyone's algorithms, I guess, are so unique these days that I don't know, like, if I would have just found out about it on my own. So it's kind of cool to have TikTok as a way to like introduce new media to consume, I guess. But yeah, I would say social media.
What are you going to do when they ban TikTok, from everything,
Don't talk about it. Honestly, it'll probably be good for me, because that app just takes up too much of my spare time, but I don't know.
I must say I have seen things from TikTok on other media, but I've never actually used the app TikTok. I probably never will. But anyway, even if they don't ban it, I probably never will. But I'm just
don't download it.
How about you, Jimmie? Do you have time to watch much TV?
I really don't. And when I do, it's the horrible thing about today, and the great thing about today is you can watch anything you want anytime. And so you never really get introduced to new things unless you just happen to stumble onto something. Like when the 1 hour, 2 hours a day, I might watch something, I'll just pop in something familiar or stream something familiar that I know I'm guaranteed to like, because you don't want to waste your time watching something you don't like, or at least that's how I feel. Do you have any, let's say you're at a hotel, do you have any tolerance for the slow moving guide that goes down the hotel screen that tells you what's on channel 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Because it drives me crazy.
I can't. Because you can't control it at all. So I'll tell you what's bizarre is if you have ever been on a cruise ship, it's fascinating because they will often get TV signals from all over the place. You might, one channel might be like a New York City local channel, and then there will be something out of South America where everything, things are shows are subtitled in Spanish, but the ads and everything are also in so trying to figure out exactly what's coming up from that, you're kind of going like, you're hoping that your junior high Spanish holds up. But that's another, what exactly am I watching until you see it? So, and then you find
Grace,
out.
he's telling me something I don't know, because when I watch The Love Boat, there's never a television in the cabins, or even a radio for that matter.
That's because they have things to do.
Okay.
They have romances to anyway.
They have gophers to chase,
Have gophers to chase, yes. Yeah, Isaac is making with the drinks. So exactly. So anyway. So well, enough of this jocularity. What do we got coming up besides a history of TV Guide for this weekend?
Grace?
I have a story about two local ceramic artists named Jessica Walker and Maddie Schmidt, and they recently opened up their own business. It's called Ruby Clay Company, and it serves as like a supply store for other ceramic artists in the area. They also have like pre-made ceramic art and other work from other artists that you can purchase there, but it's really filling a specific niche because they told me that a lot of ceramic artists in the area were having to travel to Kansas or Texas at the supplies that they need to make ceramics. So they've been really met with a good response. And yeah, I have more about them in my story that comes out on Saturday.
Did the pandemic kind of spur this idea for this business as well? Because people were taking up all kinds of hobbies, and pottery might have been one of them.
Yeah, they didn't really talk about the pandemic too much, but I know that just in general, yeah, people were adopting a lot of new hobbies. And they said just in the past couple of years, overall, they've noticed a really big surge in people just being interested in pottery and making their own ceramics. So they knew when they started the business that they were going to get a lot of good responses, and they knew that there was going to be a lot of interested people in Tulsa looking to shop for what they had. So
how about you, Jimmie? What else have you got coming up this weekend?
Besides TV Guide, we've got a Sunday story on Corey Kent, the Oklahoma music artist from Bixby, who's part of a really cool new promotion that spotlights music artists in their hometowns. He made a video kind of showing video viewers what's going on in Bixby and Tulsa and some of his favorite places. So that's coming up Sunday.
Okay. Well, we'll have a review of Ain't Too Proud, the touring musical about the Temptations, which stars former Oklahoman Michael Andreas in the pivotal role of Otis Williams, the longest and only still living member of the original quintet of the Temptations. And we'll reveal something going on with Tulsa Ballet. They have been invited to the most prestigious American dance event for the first time this year, and we'll have more details about what exactly that is and when that'll happen this Sunday in the Tulsa World. So well, that will probably do us for this particular time. We want to thank you for spending a little bit of your day with us, and we wish you a pleasant goodbye.
Behave.
hi.